If you go back to Greg Norman in the 1996 Masters, kind of known among golf fans as one of the greatest chokes in golf. And so people throw the word around choke as though, oh boy, he just mentally broke down in that event. I was doing an event with Greg after that event and had a chance to talk with him about that specific event and kind of said, hey, what do you think happened in that situation? And he said, well, what most people don't realize is prior to that event, I was playing really poorly, particularly with my ball striking. He acknowledged that he had poor ball control going into the event. He mentioned that he had talked to Butch Harmon, his coach at the time, about it, was concerned that he wasn't playing well, and they kind of agreed he didn't have enough time to kind of go in, revamp his swing, start fixing things. He'd get caught in a swing change, and they just didn't have enough time to repair it. So strategically, he just decided, hey, I'm going to try to play safe from tee to green, as smart as I can, and rely on my short game. He felt his short game was really strong at the time, and he said, I did that for 3 days. He said, and for 3 days, my short game carried me, and I happened to be very lucky. He actually defined his first 3 rounds of golf as the luckiest 3 rounds he had ever played. And he recounted a number of holes to me where he talked about, he'd hit a ball, he'd aimed 10 yards left of a tucked pin because he knew he wasn't hitting it good, and he was just trying to hit it in the fat of the green and 2-putt and get out of there with a par. And he'd block an 8-iron 10 yards and hit it to a foot and tap it in for a birdie when he had no right making a birdie there. He said he wasn't even aiming near the pin. He said that just happened to me more in 3 days than ever he could recall in his career. And he said, so by the end of the 3 days, he had a 6-shot lead on Nick Faldo. And he said it was so difficult to go to sleep that night because he felt as though he was the only guy that knew that he really wasn't hitting the ball where he was looking. And yet the world's thinking, oh, he's on his game. Look how many birdies he's made. He's got this massive lead. He must be playing great. And that's not always the reality for a player. They know where they're looking, and they're the only person that knows where they're aiming, they and their caddy. I went back after that conversation and pulled his statistics, and sure enough, he was ranked 149th in greens and regulation, which at the time was kind of the ball control stat that was being used to measure how well they were playing. So leaving that event, again, does he go sit on a couch with a psychologist, or does he go and improve his ball strike?
I hope that you enjoyed that preview of a presentation from our Unlocking Performance Virtual Summit. If you want to get access to that presentation as well as all of our other amazing education as part of this summit on understanding the mental game, head over to unlockingperformancesummit.com. You can see all of the presenters, get all the details, and see if it's something that can help you play better golf and shoot lower scores on the golf course.